Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy The Real Weep, and we are back for another video. And today we will be looking at chapter 280 for Blue Lock theories. And the theory that I am going to discuss about is Isagi finally awakening his true senses and his natural ego. Now, this theory about Isagi's final awakening and its counter to Loki's Godspeed offers a deep dive into how Isagi might evolve in the current match and how he can potentially score the final goal. Now, I am making this theory just so you Isagi haters in my comments section in the past couple of videos can finally feel satisfied. I'm giving your boy a theory. Do I think this theory could happen? Maybe, but let's just break down this theory right now and let's just go into it more further now. Isagi's potential for super senses or hyper awareness is rooted in his ability to see and adapt to situations on the field at a higher level. If Isagi's true ego is tied to his heightened sense of perception, his unique advantage lies not in being a technical genius like Rin or a physical dominant player like Kaiser, but in an evolved sense of control over the flow of the game. Now, by tapping into his hyper senses, essentially an accelerated perception of time and motion, Isagi could slow the game down mentally. This would allow him to anticipate even the most unpredictable moves, including Loki's god speed, which is described as an overwhelmingly fast and nearly unstoppable technique, and how he can better predict Kaiser's shots or anyone else's shots. As we saw in the last chapter, he failed to predict where Kaiser was going to shoot, as he had to make a prediction at the very beginning rather than waiting until last second like Loki does. But as we know, he doesn't have the speed like Loki and able to just stop the goal like that. Now, how can he counter Loki's god speed? Loki's god speed has been established as one of the most overpowered abilities in the Blue Lock universe, letting him block even the fastest shots in Blue Lock. Now, this seemingly unbeatable ability would naturally make him the final challenge for someone like Isagi, whose goal is to surpass the best on the field. Isagi's super senses could serve as the ultimate counter to Loki's godspeed, because while Loki relies on raw speed, Isagi would use enhanced perception to predict movements in real time, reacting before the speed becomes overwhelming. And this isn't about matching Loki's speed, but neutralizing it by seeing and reacting quicker, making Isagi an immovable object to Loki's unstoppable force. Now, Isagi's unfiltered ego. Unlike Rin or Kaiser, who are driven by specific motives or influence, Isagi's ego has always been about overpowering others. He doesn't need a grand personal reason like becoming the best for fame or a mentor's legacy. His ego is rooted in simply being the one who stands on the top, crushing the strongest players on the field regardless of who they are. Now, Isagi's final awakening could become an acceptance of this pure, almost primal ambition by letting go of the need to label himself a genius or compare himself to others like Green or Kaiser. He can fully embrace the fact that his goal is to stand at the top of the hierarchy, and his ego will become unfiltered, allowing him to adapt to any situation because he is no longer trying to be the smartest or the fastest or the best. He just needs to be himself, and he just needs to aim for being the strongest. Now, as for strategy and playstyle, if Isagi unlocks this accelerated perception, it would drastically enhance his dribbling, shooting, and playmaking. His awareness would allow him to see all potential moves on the field, making his dribbling more aggressive and unpredictable, allowing him to counter opposing defenders with ease. And he would also have the ability to execute perfect shots, replicating techniques like Rin's direct shots or Kaiser's impact with precision, thanks to his kinetic vision. Now, this would also grant Isagi the flexibility to shift between different playstyles depending on the scenario, much like Nagi's fluidity and Rin's versatility. He could switch from a holistic approach, focusing on controlling the entire field, to a more restrictive direct play when needed. Now, the setup for future rivalries. Now, the World Cup is most likely coming up after this arc. Ultimately, Isagi's success in surpassing Loki, even for just a moment, would represent his ability to crush the strongest on the field, but he still has to aim for Rin. This moment could be a pivotal step in his journey to the top, as scoring against someone as dominant as Loki would mark Isagi as a true force to be reckoned with, solidifying his stand not just in the Bastard Munchan, but in the Blue Lock universe as a whole. Now, The rivalry between Isagi and Rin, which could stem from this match, would be epic, setting up Rin as the final boss, as like Isagi just has to get his get back. Surpassing him in this instance would give Isagi a taste of victory, but it would also lay the foundation for a future showdown between the genius prodigy that is Rin and the king of development, which is Isagi. Now, this theory puts Isagi in a position where he evolves beyond traditional concepts of ego and genius. His hypersenses could make him the ultimate player capable of adapting to any opponent, including Loki and Rin. By embracing his original unfiltered ego and focusing solely on being the strongest, Isagi will unlock the potential not only to survive the current match, but also to set himself up as one of the best players who can stand toe to toe with Rin and Loki in the future, and which will make him the best player in the World Cup. This is my theory for chapter 280 of Blue Lock. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit that like button down below, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.